Rain had started suddenly, heavy and relentless, turning the highway into a silver blur. Victoria Hale, a respected judge known for her composure, gripped the steering wheel of her red SUV, her heart racing as the car wobbled slightly. She pulled over, and when she stepped out, she saw the problem, a flat tire, hissing out its last breath beneath the downpour. Victoria sighed, pushing back her wet hair. The forest road stretched empty for miles. No signal, no help in sight. She opened the trunk, found the spare, and knelt to change it. But the bolts wouldn't move. Her designer heels slipped in the mud, her hands trembled with cold, and frustration burned behind her tired eyes. She had faced courtroom storms fiercer than this. Yet now, stranded in the rain, she felt helpless. Thunder cracked overhead as tears mixed with the raindrops on her cheeks. She'd left the city in a hurry, hoping a drive would clear her head after a morning filled with painful decisions. One of them being the custody case of a struggling single father accused of neglect. She'd seen hundreds like him before, pleading, promising, praying. Still, her duty was the law. Justice didn't bend for emotion. Or so she told herself. Then, from the distance, headlights cut through the rain. A beat-up old pickup truck slowed down and stopped behind her. A man stepped out, his jacket soaked, boots worn, yet his face carried a quiet strength. He looked like someone life had tested but not broken. "Need a hand, ma'am?" He called out through the rain, his voice steady but gentle. Before the story unfolds, take a second to show that kindness still matters. Cloud with rain if you believe in second chances and compassion. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness Journal, because stories like this remind us that good hearts still shine in a storm. Cloud with rain. Victoria hesitated for a moment, unsure whether to trust a stranger. But something in his tone made her nod. "Yes, please," she replied. "The tire's stuck. I can't loosen it." The man smiled faintly. "Let me take a look." He knelt beside the tire, his hands steady despite the cold. "I'm Noah Briggs," he said, not looking up as he worked. "You're lucky I carry my own wrench. These factory ones are useless." Victoria watched him closely. His clothes were simple, his truck old, but there was an honesty in his movements. Careful, methodical, respectful. In minutes, he had the tire changed. He stood, wiping rain from his face, and gave her a reassuring smile. "You're all set," he said. "Try not to drive too fast. The roads get slick this time of year." Victoria exhaled, relief washing over her. "Thank you," she said softly. "You just saved me from a very long walk." He shrugged. "No trouble at all. I'm used to fixing things. My little girl says I can fix anything, except pancakes," he added with a small laugh. That made her smile. "You have a daughter?" "Yeah," he said, his eyes lighting up. "Maya, 7 years old. Smartest kid I know. She's my whole world." Victoria felt something tighten in her chest. "You must be a good father." Noah's smile dimmed a little. "I try," he said quietly. "But sometimes trying doesn't seem enough." She sensed pain behind his words, but before she could ask more, he waved politely and turned to leave. "Take care now, ma'am. Stay safe out there." As he drove away, Victoria stood motionless in the rain, her thoughts tangled. There was something hauntingly familiar in his name. She couldn't place it, until the next morning, when she stepped into her courtroom and saw him again. Noah Briggs, the man who'd helped her in the rain, he was the father from the custody case. The shock hit her like a jolt of lightning. Her heart sank as she looked down at the file before her. The social worker's report painted a grim picture. Low income, long working hours, missed school appointments. But what the papers didn't show was the man she'd seen kneeling in the rain to help a stranger with no expectation of reward. Noah stood before her, his hands clasped nervously. He looked exhausted, wearing the same worn-out jacket, but his voice was calm when he spoke. "Your Honor, I'm doing my best for my daughter. I work 2 jobs, and I make sure she's cared for. I know I'm not perfect, but I'll never stop fighting for her." Victoria listened silently, her mind racing. In that moment, she saw not a defendant, but a father, one who would brave any storm for his child. The image of him standing in the rain replayed in her mind, and for the first time in years, she felt the line between law and mercy blur. After reviewing the evidence, she spoke gently but firmly. "Mr. Briggs, while this court acknowledges the concerns raised, it also recognizes the effort you've made to provide a stable, loving environment for your daughter. Therefore, the case is dismissed, under the condition that you participate in the family support program offered by the county. Noah's eyes widened. His voice broke as he whispered, thank you so much. Victoria gave a small nod, struggling to maintain her composure. Take care of her, Mr. Briggs. She's lucky to have you. When he left the courtroom, relief and gratitude pouring off him like sunlight after a storm, Victoria sat still for a long time. That night, as she drove home under clear skies, she thought about how fate had woven their paths together. The man she might have judged harshly on paper had shown her more integrity than most people she'd ever met. A week later, Noah received a letter in the mail. It was from Judge Victoria Hale. Inside, a simple note read, Dear Noah, the day you helped me in the rain reminded me that true character shows when no one's watching. You taught me that kindness is a law the world should never forget. Enclosed is a contact for a community job program. I hope it opens doors for you and Maya. Victoria. Noah sat at his small kitchen table, reading the letter over and over, tears blurring his vision. Maya ran up to him, tugging his sleeve. Daddy, why are you crying? He hugged her tightly and smiled. Because, sweetheart, someone up there decided to give us a second chance. From that day on, life began to change. Noah got a steady job at a local repair center through that program. He no longer worried about rent or groceries. Evenings were spent making pancakes with Maya, ones she always burned, but he never complained. And sometimes, when the rain would fall softly against their window, he'd look outside and smile, remembering the stranger who'd taught him that even when life feels unfair, goodness has a way of finding its way home.
I just want to take a moment to say a huge thank you to each and every one of you. Folded hands, your love, support, likes, comments, and subscriptions mean the world to me. Without you, this journey wouldn't be possible. Every view, every share, and every encouraging word keeps me motivated to create more content for you all. I'm truly grateful to have such an amazing community by my side. Let's keep growing together and making this journey even more special. Red Heart.